All right, Deshaunda Brown revealed in a recent episode of Woman of Tomorrow that she doesn't believe in giving a 2 weeks notice to an employer. Check this out.
I don't believe in the whole 2-week notice thing. Oh, why am I giving you 2 weeks to let you know that I'm leaving when if you were going to fire me or lay me off, you would let me know that same day? Oh, I need to set boundaries. So the same respect that you would give me, I'm going to give you back. Jobs and corporations don't treat us with the same respect and loyalty that they expect for us to give them. If you want me to give you 2 weeks, I need you to at least give me a month to get my life together, because a lot of people have children, elderly parents or grandparents that they have to take care of. A lot of people are on disability. A lot of people are preparing to have a family. A lot of people are probably on the verge of an eviction notice or homelessness. So the same respect and loyalty that you want me to give your brand, I need to feel that. And if not, y'all gonna get the same immediate notice that you would give me.
I like it. Al, what do you think?
I mean, it's interesting, but unfortunately, that's not what large companies do. I mean, you got to be very, very careful with this 2-week notice thing, because you got to remember, if you're going to use them as a reference, when someone calls back and asks about you, you want it to be positive. So although I understand the sentiment that she's coming from, until human resources is set up to be reciprocal and mutual, you kind of have to follow their rules. Not saying that you have to, but if you want a positive, like for instance, if you want a positive reference for a new job, you need to do the appropriate thing. If you want your planned bonuses, you need to give them 2 weeks, because if you don't, you give them the right to keep your bonus from you. You also give them the right to not to pay out your vacation days if you don't give them 2 weeks notice. There's so many intricate details that they can take back from you based on what you signed up for in these corporations, that if you don't do the 2-week notice, they can hold them. So vacation money, you're going to lose it. Your bonus money, you're going to lose it. Your reference, you're going to lose it. So just be mindful. Be mindful. Now, if it's somewhere like a retail or fast food, I can stand with her on that. But when it's like a corporation that you're going to need to use for reference or to get your money so that you can get all your money that's owed you and even that check that's in the balance, you might want to think about a different strategy.
You
know what? I have been 100% self-employed for over a decade until I landed this particular gig right now, right? And in being self-employed, I am so ashamed and embarrassed of the ingrained slave mentality that I had to these jobs. Society, your parents, college, and the labor force really does a 1-2 step on your brain and makes you a slave to these corporations. And she's 100% right. These jobs don't give a damn about you. They don't. And so now my new attitude when I come into companies and jobs and stuff, I have a personal rule for myself. I am always going to keep myself in a position where my independent efforts always bring me in more revenue than any job that I get that secondhand, because it keeps me in a position where I can always tell said job to kiss my ass. Okay, because these companies don't care about people. They will kick your ass every time I've been fired. Okay, I never have no notice. And then the bitches had the nerve to walk me from HR and back to my desk and stand over me like I was gonna steal something. Then gonna tell me I couldn't even walk around the building and say goodbye to the people. These jobs don't care about you. Every time I was laid off, they called me straight into the office and let me go. They had time. They had strategic meetings, knew they was going to let me go 2 and 3 weeks before they let me go. They had already planned out who going to get my job position and my responsibilities, and you get stuck with no notice. So I don't damn blame her. And Al, you could correct me if I'm wrong, and Claudia, if you know, but I was told, and I don't know if this is factual, our HR soulmates jump in the chat line and let us know, that the jobs are not allowed to disparage you when they call and get a reference. They are only able to verify your employment dates and then ask if you are eligible for rehire or not. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, and not saying that people don't still disparage you, but I was told that they're not supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm. You know, I get what she's saying on an emotional level, and I get what Al's saying on a professional level, but I will say in media, right? when they require you to give them a 2 weeks notice, they rarely will do the same, because once you know that you're about to be fired, you can go, especially if you're on the radio, you can go live and tell all the business of how they doing you dirty, how you getting sexually harassed, or whatever your issues may be, allegedly, and they don't want that, which is really unfair. I remember when I left The Price is Right, and then I had a lawsuit, but the day I left, I didn't give them the notice. I told them in front of the audience at the end of the show, and it felt so good because they wanted me to give them notice, and then they want to tell me to go fuck myself. And it didn't work out that way. And everybody else that played by the book, they did them dirty. And I thought that was really horrible to see that, like not being able to get a chance to say goodbye on air to your fans, the people that followed you, that rock with you. It made it really some traumatizing for some people.
So Q, I wanted to come back to your question. You were right, but see, this is a question. This is a tricky question. The question is, or if you are rehirable.
And that's the gimme got you.
So that's the got you. That's the got you, because you broke policies and procedures that were in your handbook and you didn't give your 2 weeks notice. Some employers can say you're no longer hireable at that company anymore.
So don't just quit without 2 weeks notice. Just say you got COVID.
No, you either that or just go to your new job and be like, look, that girl, I'm finna tell you, I'm finna tell you, them girls ain't gonna give me no good reference. And then just lie. Be like, my boss was a bigot and a racist, and I walked out that shit. So when they tell you I'm not eligible for rehire, that's why.
All right, y'all.
Get ahead of it.
The advice given by Q is not that of FOXSOUL Corporation. All right.